Today on the channel we're going to do a tone test to see if we can tell the difference between a Murphy Lab Gibson Les Paul and a Gibson Les Paul Standard. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to compare my R9 Murphy Lab Gibson Les Paul. This is an ultra light aged R9 Gibson Les Paul, straight from the Murphy Lab. This thing's a couple years old, probably 2 or 3 years old. I absolutely love it. I call it the Reverend. And this is my 2020 Gibson Les Paul Standard. This is a 60s Les Paul. So this thing comes the R9 comes equipped with custom bucker pickups. All right, so custom buckers are known to have kind of a vintage, airy type sound, and I think that's true. You know, I can tell the difference when I play these two, but I want to see if there's really a tonal difference when I record them. I haven't really tested that out, believe it or not. The 60s Les Paul has 60s burst buckers in it. Basically they're very similar to a burst bucker pickup, so very standard equipped humbuckers on this in this guitar, so pretty much just like a regular standard. The main difference is the neck on these 60s is a lot thinner than the Murphy Lab, and of course there's a lot more labor that goes into these Murphy Labs, so the price is a lot more. So anyway, let's take a look. I'm going to show these things up close real quick just so we can get a good look at them up close and personal, and then we'll plug them into the studio, get them running through Pro Tools, and we'll check out some tones. Let's go. All right, so sorry about any wobbly camera movement here. I'm trying to get a better close-up shot of this 1960s Les Paul Standard. As you can see, this has the kidney bean style tuners, not the vintage Closeups type tuners. Trapezoid inlays, really nice rosewood fretboard, has an absolute stunning top. I love the flame. This is like an unburst. Back when I got this in 2020, I think Gibson Les Paul Standards were $22.99. I believe that was the kind of the new pricing of the day. I took the pick guard off this because I wanted to show the wonderful flame top on it, which is in my hardshell case. No modifications done to this guitar whatsoever. I love it, it's beautiful, and it's really heavy. All right, so let's take a look at the R9. Okay, so here's the Murphy Lab R9. Probably not gonna be able to pick up much of the relicking on camera. It's actually kind of hard to see sometimes on film. It's really obvious in person. Absolutely gorgeous color and top on this. Only modification done to this guitar, I had to replace the the treble, the rhythm, or not rhythm, but the bridge pickup volume pot that was worn out. So I put a new one of those in it, just from lots of use. This one I call the Reverend. Absolutely stunning guitar, sounds wonderful. So yeah, there's your close-ups of these guitars. Let's take a look or listen to what they sound like in the studio, okay? Let's do that. All right, so here we are in the studio. I'm running into Pro Tools with my Fractal X8. I've got a Sir Badger model with some really cool IRs on it. I'm running a little reverb in post just to make it sound cool. This setting has quite a bit of gain on it, but I'm going to roll back and do various tones, cleaning up the guitar through the amplifier and running the neck in the bridge pickup, okay? So I'll do that on this guitar. Then we'll do it with the Murphy Lab R9, okay? So here we go. Okay, so there you have it, a quick, simple demo for today between the Murphy Lab R9 and a 2020 1960s Gibson Les Paul Standard. What do you think? Was there a big difference in tone? Playing them back to back, I can definitely tell that the custom buckers certainly have a brighter response to them, and I like that better. I'm partial to the Murphy Lab because they just feel worn in and they play so wonderful. The 1960s Standard is an excellent guitar and it plays awesome as well. But I like the custom bucker sound. So if you put some custom buckers in the 1960s Les Paul, would it sound the same? Probably. It's probably in the pickups, but I do really like the feel of the Murphy Labs. I know that the wood is dried a specific way in the Murphy Lab and they age those guitars a specific way. You know, we've all heard the rumors, the stories about what goes on. There's some kind of mojo or magic, right? Top secret stuff. Maybe it's just a placebo effect. I don't know. But the Reverend, you know, the R9, definitely does it for me, but both are excellent. Let me know in the comments below what you think. I know most of you probably say it's not worth the difference in cost, and you know that may be true. It's you know, I guess that's subjective and it's a personal decision. But anyway, I hope you like this kind of content. Hope it was enjoyable. Please consider subscribing, and until next time, have a great day. Peace out.